Hey, Wednesday, June 2024. I wrote a book, Baseball's Comprehensive Look at Babe Ruth's Stats, his box scores, 1914, 1935. This video is scores for the year 1920. And guess what happened in 1920? The Boston Red Sox traded Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees. One of the dumbest moves I've ever heard of in my life. The Bambino? Let me pull him up on Baseball Reference. His first 5 years, 1914, 15, 16, 17, and 18. 6 years and 19. He plays for the Boston Red Sox and wins roughly 90 baseball games pitching. The mistake Boston made was they didn't play him enough hitting. I mean, he played 5 games his first year. He's 19 years old. Okay, he's a rookie. Play him 100 games. They didn't do it. He pitched. And then he got 10 at-bats and got 2 hits. Pathetic. This guy was ripping the ball already at age 19. So Boston, in year 2, uses him as a pitcher, and he plays 42 games. Again, a mistake. He should have played 130. He can pitch, but in the off days, he should have been hitting in the lineup, batting. He would have had the production. The third year, they play him 67 games. Again, Boston, what is the matter with you? This guy has the potential. Why are you playing other players when you've got the Bambino? He hadn't proven himself yet, but he didn't get the opportunity to prove himself. 67 games, that's not enough. And in 1917, he plays less, 52 games. He's pitching. Okay. 1918, all right, they figure it out a little bit. He plays 95 games. Okay, I was asking for 100 games. I'm asking for 130. So 95 games, he hits 11 homers. See, he has potential. Give him another 50 games, he's over 20 homers, 25 homers. 1919, they said, all right, let's play the guy. He gets 130 games, and look what happens. 544 at-bats, 29 homers, 113 RBIs. So in the first 6 years, he's pitching, wins 90 games. And then in the 1919 season, his 6th year in the league, he's 24 years old, hits 29 homers. And you know what they do? They trade him to the New York Yankees for the 1920 season, and that's the video I'm going to focus on right now. His box score for 1920, and guess what happens when you play the Bambino? 25 years old, he plays 142 games and does not pitch as much. In fact, he pitched 1 game, and he won the game. 1920 season, 1 pitching outing. But he's hitting, he's batting 142 games and 458 at-bats. Guess what happens? He bats 376. He has 158 runs scored in 142 games. That's more than a run scored per game. Runs batted in, 135 in 142. So just under an RBI per game. Home runs, 54. First time in history that someone had hit over 50 homers. And why? Because he's playing a 142 game season. 142 games in a 154 game season. 9 triples, 36 doubles, 173 singles, 847 slugging. First time someone over 800. On base half the time, 532. Walks, 150. That's more than the walk per game. He played 142 games. Total bases, 388. Stolen bases, 14. Babe Ruth's 1920 season is outstanding. His first with the Yankees. What a box score. He had a 19-game hitting streak. He had 49 multiple hit games, 2 or more hits. 7 two-homer games. 35 two-hit games. 13 three-hit games. 1 4-hit game. He had 42 games where he scored 2 runs. He had 8 games where he scored 3 runs. 1 game he scored 4. He had 24 games where he had 2 RBIs or more. He had 2 RBIs in a game 24 times. Then he had 3 RBIs in a game 12 times. And 4 RBIs in a game 4 times. The 1920 season with the New York Yankees. If you play Babe Ruth, he will produce. What a season. How'd you like this line for your box score? You bat 376. You get 172 hits. You score 158 runs. You have 135 RBIs, and you hit 54 homers. The Babe Ruth's 1920 season. One of the greatest offensive seasons of all time. And he's just getting started. He's 25 years old. So I want to ask the Boston Red Sox 2 questions. Back in the 1914 through 1919 seasons. 2 questions for the Boston Red Sox. 1, why did you trade him? And 2, why didn't you play him? As far as hitting. I know he was pitching, but in the off days, he could have been in the lineup hitting. One of the biggest blunders in baseball history, the Boston Red Sox. I don't care. I cannot admire a franchise who made the 2 biggest blunders in baseball history. Trading away Babe Ruth and not playing him enough in the first 6 years. All right, that's the 1920 season box score. Wait till you see what happens 1921 season. Talk to you later. I am out.